Welcome back to B&B Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the issue brewing between several key characters that's set to explode in upcoming episodes. The drama is intensifying, and we've got all the juicy details for you. Potential consequences for Bill Spencer. Bill Spencer finds himself in a precarious position as he contemplates the inevitable fallout regarding Luna Nozawa's paternity revelation. After learning that Tom Star wasn't Luna's biological father, Bill is both supportive of Luna but simultaneously concerned about the repercussions that will follow. The publishing tycoon now faces the difficult task of explaining his controversial house arrest scheme to the Forrester family and others. The situation grows more complicated as Bill discovers that Finn is already aware of Luna's house arrest circumstances. This knowledge will undoubtedly spread to Steffi and the entire Forrester clan, leaving Bill to face serious consequences for his actions. Despite his genuine happiness about Luna's progress in discovering her true heritage, Bill must now prepare for the storm that's brewing. Bill's strategic planning. Bill isn't one to sit idly by while trouble approaches. Sources indicate he'll be taking proactive measures to mitigate the damage from these revelations. His wealth and influence have always been his primary weapons, but will they be enough this time? The publishing mogul may need to form new alliances or rekindle old ones to weather this particular storm. Luna's journey of discovery. Luna Nozawa finds herself filled with optimism about her future despite the complicated situation surrounding her parentage. She has begun opening up to Bill about the truth, that Tom Star wasn't her biological father. This revelation connects to the complex relationship between Finn and Penelope Poppy Nozawa, adding another layer to the already intricate family dynamics on the show. Luna's newfound hope represents a significant character development, as she moves from uncertainty to embracing possibilities. Her journey of self-discovery continues to evolve, creating opportunities for meaningful interactions with other characters who might help or hinder her progress. Emotional aftermath. The emotional weight of discovering one's true parentage cannot be underestimated. Luna's optimism might be tested as she navigates the reactions of those around her. Will she find acceptance in her new family connections, or will she face rejection and suspicion? Hope Logan's power moves. At Forrester Creations, Hope Logan is poised to implement substantial changes within the company structure. Her previous attempts to gain power through questionable means initially succeeded but are now unraveling at an alarming rate. This deterioration of her plans has led Hope to feel betrayed by Carter, whom she now views as being just like everyone else. Hope's disillusionment could potentially push her toward vengeful actions. The upcoming episode teases that she will make huge changes at the company, but what exactly does this entail? Are these legitimate business decisions, or are they motivated by a desire for retribution? Confrontation with Daphne. Adding fuel to the fire, Hope issues a warning to Daphne Rose, cautioning the perfumier to stay away from Carter. While Daphne had planned to return to Paris, Hope's threatening behavior might convince her to remain in town, further complicating matters for all involved. If Daphne decides to stay, Hope's problems could multiply exponentially. The Daphne and Carter situation. Daphne Rose finds herself at a crossroads in her storyline. Having broken her professional rule by developing feelings for her target, Carter Walton, she now faces uncertain territory. Before her intended departure to Paris, Daphne made one final plea to Carter, urging him to do the right thing regarding the corporate coup. So far, Carter has remained steadfast in his position, but there are indications that his resolve may be weakening. This potential change of heart could dramatically alter the power dynamics at Forrester Creations and affect numerous characters' trajectories. Daphne's dilemma. Daphne's professional ethics have been compromised by her emotional attachment to Carter. This internal conflict represents a fascinating character study, a woman torn between her job and her heart. If she chooses to remain in town following Hope's threat, viewers can expect to see this internal struggle play out in compelling ways. Carter's moral crossroads. Carter Walton stands at a moral crossroads that will define his character moving forward. Despite Daphne's repeated appeals to his better nature, he has thus far maintained his commitment to the corporate coup. However, the narrative suggests that a day of reckoning is approaching, one that may see Carter reconsidering his choices and their implications. His relationship with Daphne adds another layer of complexity to his decision-making process. Will his feelings for her ultimately influence his business decisions? Or will he compartmentalize these aspects of his life, potentially losing Daphne in the process? Corporate consequences. The fallout from Carter's eventual decision will ripple throughout Forrester Creations. If he abandons the coup, those who supported him may feel betrayed. If he proceeds, he risks permanent damage to relationships that once meant everything to him. Either way, Carter cannot escape the consequences of the path he's chosen. As tomorrow's episode approaches, fans can look forward to these storylines developing in unexpected ways, with each character facing their own unique challenges and moral dilemmas. The bold and beautiful world of fashion, family, and fortune continues to enthrall viewers with its complex web of relationships and power struggles. Next, we will learn about the explosive confrontation brewing between Bill Spencer and Steffi Forrester that's set to rock the foundations of their already complicated relationship. The inevitable confrontation. As the tangled web of secrets continues to unravel in Los Angeles, a storm is brewing on the horizon between two of the show's most formidable personalities. When Steffi Forrester eventually discovers that Luna Nozawa has been staying at Bill Spencer's mansion under house arrest, the fallout promises to be nothing short of spectacular. Industry insiders have hinted that this revelation will trigger one of the most heated exchanges we've seen between these characters in recent memory. Steffi's discovery is inevitable, a ticking time bomb waiting to explode across the B&B landscape. Despite Finn's valiant efforts to shield his wife from this shocking truth, the walls of secrecy are crumbling rapidly. Our sources indicate that when the revelation finally breaks, viewers can expect a confrontation scene filmed with multiple cameras to capture every nuance of Steffi's legendary temper in full force. The tension has been building for weeks, shares our production insider. The writers have crafted a confrontation that will have viewers on the edge of their seats. Catherine Kelly Lang reportedly had to leave the set during rehearsals because the intensity was so palpable. Steffi's righteous indignation. When Steffi finally learns about Bill's machinations regarding Luna's custody situation, her reaction will be nothing short of volcanic. Though technically Luna's living arrangements aren't within Steffi's jurisdiction, that minor detail won't prevent the Forrester co-CEO from expressing her outrage in typical Steffi fashion, direct, unfiltered, and at maximum volume. From Steffi's perspective, Bill's intervention represents a dangerous undermining of the justice system. She'll likely argue that Luna's prison confinement provided the secure environment necessary to protect everyone, including Luna herself. The sophisticated security systems at the detention facility offered safeguards that Bill's mansion, despite its impressive features, simply cannot match. Behind closed doors, Steffi has already been expressing concerns to Finn about Luna's mental stability. "She's unpredictable," Steffi reportedly told her husband during a private moment. And now Bill has essentially given her a luxury vacation instead of the professional supervision she needs. This perspective will fuel Steffi's confrontation with Bill, adding layers of complexity to their already strained relationship. Bill's unexpected bond with Luna. At the heart of this conflict lies the peculiar connection that has developed between Bill Spencer and Luna Nozawa, a relationship that continues to baffle many in their social circle, Steffi included. This unlikely bond transcends conventional explanation, rooted in shared experiences and emotional understanding that few others can comprehend. Bill sees something in Luna that resonates deeply with his own troubled past. Though rarely discussed on screen, Bill's childhood was marked by abandonment and struggle, experiences that have shaped his sometimes ruthless approach to business and relationships. In Luna, he recognizes a kindred spirit fighting against circumstances beyond her control. There's a father-daughter dynamic developing that wasn't in the original storyline, reveals our source close to the production team. The chemistry between the actors was so compelling that the writers pivoted to explore this connection more deeply. This unexpected development has added rich complexity to both characters, particularly as Bill embraces a more nurturing role that contrasts sharply with his typical cutthroat persona. During private conversations at his estate, Bill has been helping Luna process her traumatic experiences through sharing stories of his own resilience. These moments of vulnerability, rarely witnessed from the publishing magnate, have created a foundation of trust that explains his fierce protectiveness toward her. The psychology behind Bill's decision. Bill's determination to extract Luna from her prison environment stems from a complex psychological motivation that even he might not fully understand. His own experiences with confinement, both literal and metaphorical, have instilled in him a visceral reaction to seeing others trapped in similar circumstances. Mental health experts consulting for the show have suggested that Bill's behavior exhibits classic signs of redemption seeking. By saving Luna, he subconsciously attempts to atone for past transgressions in his own life. This psychological underpinning adds depth to what might otherwise appear as simple impulsiveness. Bill genuinely believes that Luna possesses untapped potential that would be squandered in a prison environment. He sees in her a brilliant mind clouded by unfortunate circumstances and poor choices, a narrative that parallels his own journey from troubled youth to business titan. This perspective fuels his conviction that she deserves a second chance to redefine herself away from institutional constraints. "I couldn't just leave Luna there." This powerful declaration, which our sources indicate Bill will deliver during his confrontation with Steffi, encapsulates his emotional investment in Luna's welfare. The raw emotion behind these words reveals the depth of his commitment to protecting someone he now considers under his care. The prison nightmare. The horrific conditions Luna endured during her incarceration provide crucial context for Bill's interventionist approach. Viewers have witnessed only glimpses of Luna's prison ordeal, but behind-the-scenes information suggests that upcoming flashback sequences will reveal even more disturbing details about her time behind bars. Luna reportedly faced escalating threats from other inmates who recognized her connection to the wealthy Spencer family. These dangerous encounters left her physically and emotionally traumatized, with visible evidence of assault that shocked Bill during his visits. Makeup artists spent hours creating realistic bruising effects for these scenes, which were filmed under heightened security due to their sensitive nature. Beyond physical danger, Luna's mental health deteriorated rapidly in the prison environment. Claustrophobia-induced panic attacks became increasingly frequent, requiring medical intervention on multiple occasions. These episodes, combined with sleep deprivation from constant vigilance, created a perfect storm of psychological distress that prison authorities were ill-equipped to address. Bill's security team, conducting their own investigation, uncovered evidence suggesting that certain prison guards were deliberately ignoring the threats against Luna, possibly due to external influence from parties with grudges against the Spencer family. This discovery transformed Bill's concern into urgent action, convinced that Luna's life was literally at stake. The burden of responsibility. Perhaps most compelling in Bill's motivation is his sense of personal responsibility for Luna's fate. Though not directly involved in the circumstances that led to her imprisonment, Bill carries the weight of potential consequences should anything happen to her while incarcerated. Living with myself if something happened to her. This fragment of dialogue, which our sources indicate will feature prominently in the upcoming confrontation, reveals the moral burden Bill has placed upon himself. The publishing magnate, accustomed to controlling outcomes through wealth and influence, found himself haunted by a scenario he couldn't manipulate, Luna's vulnerability within a system beyond even his considerable reach. This sense of responsibility represents significant character development for Bill, who has historically prioritized his own interests and those of his immediate family above all others. His willingness to leverage his resources and reputation for Luna's benefit signals an evolution in his character that longtime viewers will find both surprising and compelling. The futility of explanation. Despite the depth and legitimacy of Bill's reasons, our production sources indicate that his attempts to justify his actions will fall on deaf ears when confronting Steffi. The fundamental difference in their perspectives creates an unbridgeable gap in understanding that no explanation, however eloquent or heartfelt, can overcome. Steffi's concerns stem from a place of protective instinct toward her family and the broader community. Her history with Bill, marked by manipulation and betrayal, predisposes her to question his motives regardless of their merit. This ingrained suspicion, combined with her natural tendency toward moral absolutism, creates a perfect storm of resistance to Bill's perspective. The upcoming confrontation scene reportedly required multiple takes due to the emotional intensity brought by both actors. They were completely drained after filming wrapped, our source reveals. The raw emotion they channeled was extraordinary, even by B&B standards. As this storyline continues to unfold, viewers can expect the ripple effects of Bill and Steffi's confrontation to impact numerous relationships across the canvas. Finn will find himself caught between loyalty to his wife and his growing understanding of Luna's situation. Katie, observing Bill's protective stance toward Luna, may reassess her own feelings toward her ex-husband. And Luna herself will face the complicated reality of being at the center of a conflict between powerful personalities with vastly different agendas. Whatever the outcome, one thing remains certain: when Steffi Forrester and Bill Spencer clash over Luna's future, the emotional aftershocks will reverberate through Los Angeles for episodes to come.